Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Saturday if you're watching this live. Tonight, I'm going to be sharing 5 inspirational late night messages for anyone that just might be feeling stressed or going through it. Before we get started, I want to briefly share a sponsorship opportunity available for any professionals that would like to sponsor our show. By sponsoring our show, you will have your business advertised and listed on our show for the rest of the year, which will be around 40 shows. So right now, to become a sponsor, it is $40. I'm going to put this on the screen so that you can take a look at it while I connect to Instagram, and then we will get started. Okay, so as promised, guys, I said I was going to do a inspirational video about just 5 messages that you might need to hear if you're stressed out or going through some things and you just need a little bit of encouragement. So the first inspirational message that I'm going to share is this too shall pass. Um, we hear this a lot, but I just want to remind anyone who might be going through a tough time, a stressful time, that in the moment, your emotions make you feel like it's forever, but it's important to understand that there's so much more to your life, and you should not allow one stressful moment or situation to dictate your health or your success in other areas of your life. So even when it feels like, you're at a place where nothing else matters, or it feels like you're not going to be able to get out of this rut or this emotional place that you're in, just remember to take a deep breath, breathe, and practice not acting off of your emotion. A lot of times people do that because they are impulsive, but you want to practice not acting off of your impulses and practice really sitting down and thinking about controlling what you can control. So that leads us to the next message, and that is don't focus on things that you can't control. Oftentimes people will drive themselves crazy worrying about, stuff that is really out of their control and has nothing to do with them. There's going to be a lot of things in this life that you're going to experience, and you will have to come to the realization that a lot of them have nothing to do with you. And if you spend your time trying to control people, places, things that don't have anything to do with you, you are wasting that brain power and energy that you could be spending on taking care of yourself, enjoying your life, and remembering that yes, you have stressful days, but it doesn't mean that you don't deserve to smile, laugh, be happy, and pour into yourself, even on the days when you're stressed. So don't focus on things that you can't control. The next motivational message that I want to share is to lean into your peace. Oftentimes, even though you might be stressed, if you're someone that has an internal peace, an internal shine, and internal happiness, remember that that is priceless. There's a lot of people in this world who are internally miserable. And when they see people who have that shine and that positivity, sometimes it stirs something up inside of them and makes them want to be a part of the negativity or the disruption. And it's important to acknowledge that you might just be one of those people that has that internal peace and happiness, and lean into that and get comfortable with being alone. Get comfortable with not feeling like you have to seek validation from other people, because there's going to be many days when you are going to have to lean into yourself, your own peace, in order to get through what you're going through. So lean into that, appreciate that, celebrate that, safeguard that, and know that it's okay to be alone, especially if the other option is to be around someone that is not conducive to your growth or is not focused on elevation or solutions in your life. So that's the next one. The next tip that I want to give is when you're doing big things, remember that you're going to have big obstacles. So I was just recently talking about this with an entrepreneur that is in an industry that could be a little bit, I won't say cutthroat, but it can be challenging to gain the consumer's trust and to gain people that she's teaching, coaching, or assisting's trust. And so there was a day when she was feeling disheartened, feeling like, is this worth it? And just tired altogether. And I just reminded her that what it is that you're doing is a really big mission. It's bigger than just a business, it's bigger than just making sales. And so when you have these missions and these focuses that are huge like that, you have to understand that you're going to have sometimes huge challenges. So don't take it personal. Don't look at it as if that means that you can't succeed. Just understand that that's what comes with the territory. When you start rocking the boat, waves come with the territory. So don't be so quick to shut yourself down or give up on yourself, because in reality, that's just a part of life. That's just a part of the journey that you're taking when you go down the path that's less traveled, or when you go down the path that is commonly known to be challenging. You're going to have challenges that are going to match the size of the mission that you're trying to see out or see through. Um, the last message that I want to share is your obstacles are not your identity. So, yes, we go through things, but it's extremely important to remember that those things do not define you. What defines you is your character, your actions. What your actions do defines you. So, if you are focused on things that, like I said, you can't control, you're putting yourself into almost like a game that you're designed to lose. But when we focus on controlling how we respond to things, controlling how proactive we are to things, controlling how much energy we're going to give things, and if we're, what we're going to focus on, then we really unlock the power of, having a strong mindset. Even on days when it's hard, you can still get through it. But it's just important to understand that those are just obstacles. That's not a label that you should put on yourself. So it's kind of hard sometimes to forget that. And oftentimes I see people attach themselves to these obstacles or these labels. And it's okay if something that you went through is a part of your story, but it's not okay for you to minimize yourself to that story, as if that story is the only thing that's wonderful about you, or the only thing that's beautiful about you or powerful about you. So, just a quick recap. The first message is this too shall pass. I want you to take a deep breath, just on those days when you feel stressed out, and remember that you're going to get through it. I want you to know that when you are doing big things or you're trying to accomplish big things, you're going to sometimes have big challenges. It just comes with the territory. So don't take those big challenges as a sign that you should quit. Take them as a sign that you're doing something that's bigger than you, something that's powerful. Whether that's a business, whether that's a book, whether that's sharing your story. But that's the second reminder. The next reminder is that your obstacles are not your identity. So don't allow something that you went through to define who you are. It's a part of you, but it's not who you are. Who you are is how you responded. Who you are is how you show up. Who you are is how you follow through. Who you are is how your passion shows in your actions and how serious you are about making things happen for yourself, for others, for your dreams. That's who you are. Your obstacles are not who you are. And then also lean into your own peace. Be comfortable with being alone. Be confident and celebrate the fact that you are an individual that does not need validation from outside sources. You don't need someone to make you feel good or to help you puff up your chest, because you are secure in yourself. And when you're secure in yourself, you become internally happy to the point where, yes, bad things can happen sometimes, but you learn to work through that because of the confidence that you have in yourself. So lean into your peace, lean into your individuality. Understand that it's a superpower, it's not a negative thing. The last message is don't focus on what you can't control. If something coming out of your mouth is about what you can't control, that is energy, time, space, and breath that is spent on something that will not change regardless of what you say or do about it. So instead of putting out energy and time focusing on things that you cannot control, put out your energy and your time in focusing on things that you can control. Maybe you can't control the situation, but you control the way you respond. Maybe you can't control a person, but you can control how much access you give to that person. Maybe you can't control someone else's mindset, but you can control how much conversations you want to have that don't align with your mindset. These are things that you can control. Maybe you can't control your funding at the moment, but you can control your financial awareness so that you're keeping track of where you're at to get to a better space. So when we start focusing on what we can control, we get to a better space. When we start reframing our mindset, we get to a better mind space. And that's the focus overall. So take a deep breath, control what you can control. Remember that this too shall pass. Don't make any impulsive decisions based off of a temporary emotion. Um, Take time to let the dust settle, and then remember to keep moving in your own character and don't allow obstacles to become your identity. Thank you for listening to this live. I will come back. I have probably about 2 to 6 more videos, depending on how much information I can get in each one. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to share 3 business events that you may want to attend. And then we'll have some more inspirational messages too. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.